fear of dying. Majority of people in our society are terrified of death and terrified of dying. This phenomena is especially potent in Western society, where death and talking about dying is a huge taboo subject. It's phenomena that will happen to every single one of us. Our body will transition, it will die, and no one talks about it. Now, from spiritual point of view, we know that we are divine souls, divine beings, that we are pure consciousness and energy, and as such we can't possibly die. Energy cannot die, it can only transmute and transform itself into something else. It can go back to the source and reincarnate later on into another beautiful creation. So we cannot die. Death is an illusion. So the important question we have to ask ourselves, to kind of soothe ourselves with this dilemma, is to ask ourselves, well, if we cannot die, then who is afraid of death? Because if we cannot die, we cannot be afraid either. Our soul is not fearful. But then who is fearful? Who is scared of death? And the only other entity that's left is I. And who is I? It's ego. It's ego. Unhealed ego that has forgotten its divinity. It has forgotten that death is an illusion. It has forgotten that luck is an illusion. It has forgotten that it is infinite being, incapable of lacking anything, incapable of being rejected, incapable of being abandoned, incapable of not being loved, and incapable of dying. But it does believe in those illusions. And the reason it believes in those illusions, it is because the ego has forgotten. So it's the ego who is scared of dying. It's scared of its own deconstruct, so to speak. So you have probably heard about a term ego death. And that's what the ego is scared of. Ego is not scared of our physical death. What ego is scared of, this death that we are fearful of, it's not physical death that we are fearful of, that ego is fearful of. Ego is fearful of death of its own identities and death of its own realities, because the ego can only see its value through identifications and through reality that it has created through those identifications. So ego, this is the big one, the ego is identifying our existence with our body. And that's where the fear of death comes in. So if the body dies, well, the ego dies too. And that's where the fear is. So it's not you who is scared of death and your body dying. It's your ego, because your ego knows once the body dies, ego dies.